Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of In Deep with Indy, where we have the conversations that a lot of people think about, but few are really scared to talk about. And I'm here with a special guest. And yes, I already know. Y'all gonna be like, India, another special guest? Yes, another special guest. Everybody who come on here is special. But I'm here with a person who is not new to the game, but true to the game, has been doing this for years. I feel like he the first to do a lot of stuff. We gonna call him Nashville Soldier Boy. Oh, shit. Like, Soldier Boy be like, I'm the first.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gonna call him Nashville Soldier Boy. He is navigating through a lot of things, but he is still staying on top of it, still being creative and still making moves, helping other people as well get the credit that they deserve, get the what do you call it? I hate when I had them writer blocks. Now I'm gonna keep this in here. I just want to let you know I'm
That's
raw.
the best way
I'm
to
raw.
do it.
Yeah, I'm raw. So, helping pull people up versus pulling them down.
Yeah.
I have Cruz with me today. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I love the introduction. They gonna hate that you say that I'm the first to do a lot of things. People be mad about me doing things, but I appreciate that.
Unfortunately, I feel like the ones whoever they is, we don't even talk.
I don't know who they
is not in the frequency.
Yeah.
And when we hear about we just block they out because you got to be to understand things is to know the truth about things.
Right.
And I feel like the truth is what I have seen is a lot of things that I have seen you do first. Now, if they did it before you, they didn't do it properly. So.
You said it.
Be mad at me.
Yeah, be mad at Indy. I mean,
oh wow! Thank you, Cruz. I thought you had my back. I thought you had my back. No, I feel like
do you mind
okay.
if I drink this?
You can drink that on camera. Yes. Listen, because I'm gonna pick up my lovely little water and I'm gonna drink too.
Yeah, 'cause I'm addicted to coffee.
Oh, you're addicted to coffee.
Unfortunately.
Well, that's okay. I drink coffee a lot, but I also drink tea. Y'all, we were supposed to do my tea time. And as y'all know, I said it before, Cruz is the one that gave me the idea for tea time. But I forgot the tea. I'm a mama.
It was a lot going on.
It was a lot going on.
That's
and it was like, darn. But it's okay. We're going to figure out a way to do tea time without the tea. Just know I got tea for sale, okay? So I told y'all already. For the ones who are new, but the ones who know me, y'all know I usually don't read off. I usually don't have bullet points, but I've been reading a little bit about and going off of bullet points, but most likely it's just going to flow. So today's title is Faith, Fatherhood, and Forward Motion. Cruz, Unfiltered Story. And I was so ready to get into it. Do you talk a lot? Has anyone ever talked to you about your story?
I've talked about it with a few people.
I don't like that. Okay, what you didn't talk about? Go
ahead.
Listen. No, because I don't like that. I want to be the first. I'm the first.
Depending on it's just the energy. The energy that is given in the interview is okay. If somebody asked me a question, I might have said it different there. If you ask me, it might be said different. I don't know. I don't have a damn. Are we allowed to curse on here?
Yes, you're allowed. He done asked me everything. It's certain things I forgot to tell him we can do. Okay. Yes. So, this is unfiltered. This is raw. This is you being you, and this is not you being the Cruz that everybody know. Okay. This is actually who you are.
And it's so crazy because the Cruz that everybody know is who I am.
Okay.
That's it. I don't act a certain way. I don't do. If I'm talking business, I'll put my white guy voice on, but outside
not
of that,
the white guy voice.
Yeah, the business voice. I mean,
I just want to know what the white guy voice is.
Yeah, we gotta. So let me see. I can't even do it right now.
Because you can't.
I gotta be talking business.
Okay. Well, I'm saying the business Cruz because a lot of people don't know you outside of business. Personally, they don't know a lot. You're a father, for instance. I'm sure people may know, but you don't speak a lot about your children, which I don't either. I know that sometimes people are like, darn, she don't ever post her kids, but it's not that I'm hiding that I'm a mother. I'm happy that I'm a mother, okay? Right. I have 3 beautiful, amazing children. Get on my damn nerve.
That's what I feel like somebody's always posting their kid. If you proving that you're a parent, it's
you ain't no parent. Yeah. It's something wrong. It's something you doing.
My kids, I don't they're not a part of my business. It's our last name. That we got the same Cruz is our last name. So it's like when they grow up and they want to, if they're interested in this, like it's already there for them. But right now it's like there's no point in me like like if we do highlights, like if they riding a bike for the first time or they do it, I'll put that in my story and shit like that. But I feel like it's not like necessary to say like I'm a father, because I feel like then it makes people like allow me to make an excuse like, oh no, he won't be able to do it, he got kids and that and this and that. Like I say, nah, I don't ever want nobody to put an excuse on my behalf.
I didn't even look at it from that way, but that's a good point of view. So fatherhood, how is it? Like,
it's cool, it's cool, and it's like how can I explain it? Like the Sour Patch Kids, like it's really what it is. It's good. Yeah. Like I love when they're happy, and it's challenging when they're not. Like, and when I say not happy, I mean like just they're happy but they're being assholes. Like my kids are 4, they about to be 5. They at the age where they calling me out my name, telling me, saying no, saying, Yeah. So, but they listen though, and they're good. It's just, when you go to daycare, and I'm raising suburban kids. I was never raised in suburban shit. So it's like they're being like they go to school and they're around other kids that, act like that. Like some of the shit they do is like my mom would whoop my ass. I did that. Yeah. So, and that's another thing with kids. Like they pick up on other people's behaviors, and then but we're able to speak with them and give them like let them know like that's not how we act here. Like if that little boy acts like that, allow him to act like that. But being a father's cool as shit. It's stressful sometimes too.
It is actually. And I agree with you. Like my kids, I feel like kids are sponges. They absorb a lot. Yep. And I tried the soft parenting or whatever you want to call it, and it's like, no. Yeah, no,
it's some TikTok shit.
Yeah. My 16-year-old, he had one chance. He had one chance. Who was that said I only got one mic? Well, he only had one chance. Nas. Yeah, he had one chance and he got knocked out on a good day, okay? He ain't never had that chance again. So I get it. It is stressful, and the older they get, it's like a lot. So I know that recently you had to do like some parenting by yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so basically so really not by myself, but so we don't have no family out here. Yeah. Me and their mother, we don't have no family out here. Everybody lives in Florida, Jersey, Pennsylvania, North Carolina. Right. It's all over the place. So it's really just us doing it. Yeah. So we don't get no breaks. We don't do nothing. But this past week for like 10 days, I was with the kids all by myself. And I tell you, like, it's crazy because I'm somebody that loves to work. So it's like when I'm not able to work, I get like anxiety and shit. So I'm at the crib and I'm like having panic attacks and shit. I'm like, man, what's going on, bro? Like, so I just knocked out like 12 videos and like 20 flyers, just knocking shit out because like this shit really like what I do, like what I'm passionate about really like save my mental because without doing this, like I would really just like probably be in a mental house somewhere, like not okay. Like putting in work, that being in here sweating and shit, doing all this shit, like that's what like makes me happy.
That's your happy place. So I'm glad you said that because you said if you don't do this, that you'll be in a mental house. So let's talk about your mental. I know a lot of people, they don't talk about like men's health, men's mental. It's funny because it kind of flows and it's in alignment. My son, he's 16. I sent him to this men's health mental synopsis event. He didn't want to go, but I feel like that hearing something from a woman continuously, right, and not having like his father is in his life, but his father's in here. Okay, sure. So he needs like good role models, and I'm like, you need to go here. You're gonna hear something from a man that you're not used to hearing from. You're going to hear a lot of different stories. You're going to be able to relate, and this is going to assist you even better with emotional intelligence and your mental and how to speak about your mental. So I want to know, how is your mental outside of this?
Outside of this, like just growing up, like, you know, right, like we said when we talked to rappers, the same story. So growing up in those type of like communities and areas, it's like you build this like this PTSD, anxiety, like schizophrenic type of feeling to where it's like you feel like something's always gonna happen or you got to be ready for something to happen. So outside, this helps me like not think of that because this is a progressive work. But when I'm by myself in my head, it's a regressive, and I'm just like, I mean, what is it? What is the other opposite of progressive? Aggressive. I don't fucking know.
You said regressive. I was like, okay, new word. Let's go.
Yeah,
so
then I started thinking. I get into a point where it's like, yeah, I'm stagnant, or I'm falling back into that. Like, and it's I wasn't in the worst of neighborhoods either. Like, I'm not on here trying to say that. What I'm saying is like, there's just things that you grow up around where it's like, okay, that's not. And I didn't know it was normal. I got therapy. So during COVID, one thing about me, like, I hate sicknesses. I hate it. So I was fucking scared. I thought I was gonna die. It's like COVID. Everybody's dying. I'm next. It's a wrap.
What are you? It's a word for that. You are hypochondriac. What is it?
Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac. Yeah.
That's how my mom. I got it from my mom. She's like that. But yeah. So so I'm there. I'm like, yep, it's time. Pack it up. And then within 3 months of fucking, and this all ties into my mental, but into 3 months of being in COVID, stuck in the house, that's when I learned like what cabin fever is. You know what cabin fever is?
I've seen the movie.
Okay. So yeah, it's basically, they explained it, but in more of like a horror way. But yeah, cabin fever is like when you're in the crib and like you start like going crazy because our bodies are like naturally supposed to be outside. So anyway, it's a deeper thing on that. But anyway, so 3 months in, you know, we in COVID, so we just at the crib fucking. And we had kids. So 3 months in, I'm like, oh shit, COVID. Now we pregnant. And
oh God, she got pregnant during COVID. Poor baby.
We had quarantine babies. Yeah, I got a video. You had
quarantine babies. So your kids are back to back.
No, they twins.
They twins.
Yeah, they're twins.
Shut up! I did not know they were twins.
Yeah, it was back to back. So that's how it happened. Like I doubled back and then.
Yo, okay, so double up.
That's how, if you want to know how to have twins, I'm gonna write a book on it, step-by-step process.
Okay, I'm sure people.
Jameson is involved.
Jameson and doubling up.
Yep,
we got that.
Double back. So basically, we pregnant, and now it's like, okay, damn, like I'm bringing kids into this world, and we don't even know what's happening with this sickness.
Yeah.
So during that, you know, we have the kids 9 months later, and like that was like the toughest part of my life is like, because when my son came out, he was dead. Like he was not. They brought him back to life type shit. So I think that like put this like pain in my neck, that stress you get. So you know, just dealing with that, and then after that, you know, I started like having bad anxiety, bad panic attacks. I had to stop smoking because I was like,
you need to stop smoking anyways. Like, what was you smoking? Cigarette?
No. I'm talking about weed.
Well.
Yeah, I stopped smoking, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's why. And I'm like, I've been smoking too long for this to be an issue. So, I still don't smoke to this day. But anyway,
that's good.
So basically, I'm having like full blown like panic attacks. Like I'm driving myself to the hospital and shit, and they like, there's nothing wrong with you. I damn near had a membership at the ER. I was in that motherfucker almost every day, like tweaked out, and I didn't know what it was. And I was lack of sleep, maybe. I gained weight from, you know, being inside from COVID and having kids. Like I needed convenient shit. So yeah, I have. And then, you know, like 3 months after me having panic attacks almost every single day, I had a stroke. I stroked out. I woke up. I fucking picked up my daughter. And like when I woke up, I looked at my phone and I was reading something on there. I'm like, that shit don't make no sense. Why would they send me that? And I didn't think nothing of it. So I got up, picked up my daughter, about to change her. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I feel weird. Then I try to tell their mom, I'm like, yo, something's wrong with me. But when I said it, it wasn't coming out. I was just looking at her like I couldn't speak. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm trying to tell her, I'm like that. So, but I knew what it was because I watched my mom have a stroke when I was a kid. So right away I was like, oh, I'm having a stroke. And I didn't know how to tell her. I'm trying to text it to her and it's fucking letters and numbers mixed together. And I drove myself to the hospital while I had a stroke. And I was like, because it was like for a flash of an instant, I got my speech back and I told her, I said, I'm having a stroke. I'm taking myself to the hospital. And then right after that, I tried to talk again. I couldn't talk. So I'm in the car driving to the fucking hospital. And yeah, it was crazy. So they don't know why. I didn't have blood clots. I didn't have a hole in my heart. I didn't have anything that would cause a stroke. But stress, I'm assuming, like with the kids, thinking about like COVID, thinking about, you know, the birth of my son, how that was, like also trying to start my business. That's around the time I started like doing live music reviews and shit like that. But yeah, I feel like I'm just talking now.
You're not just talking. No, I was interested. I was like, oh, wow. So you were actually like navigating a lot as you were starting your business. So how were you so there's a lot of different types of healing. And I don't know if you ever watched, but my favorite thing to tell people is healing is a journey. It's not a destination.
Right.
So we're going to say healing physically first. How was it like starting the business, raising the kids while healing physically from the stroke?
So honestly, I was in the hospital for 3 days and then came out on some Jesus shit. Like I was down for 3 days, came back. So I
Yo, I'm sorry.
It was the resurrection, you know, so I'm not putting myself in place of that. I'm just saying it's just crazy how it worked. Because when I came out the hospital, I learned how to do graphic design. I learned how to be better at editing, making it look better. Like none of that was happening until it's like I had a creative block and that had to happen. It's like I went into a different what's it called? Different realm.
You was awakened. Yeah, you went to a different realm, definitely.
Because after that, I wasn't doing any of this shit before. I was just doing live music reviews.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like that you were that, like even how you explained everything and how you thought you were talking, but you could hear yourself talking, but it wasn't coming out. Yeah. That's like being inside of yourself. It's like a whole different experience. Yeah. And it's like, it's called something, I forgot. But see, I'm spiritual, so I believe in your third eye awakening, like chakra alignments. I believe that a lot of things happen for a reason. I feel like that, you know, spiritually, there was an awakening within you. And try not to put too much on people because some people is like, I'm not spiritual. I believe. Okay,
oh no, I'm hip. I'm hip to it. I'm spiritual as fuck.
Okay, so you know there was more of an awakening and aligning you with your purpose. And that's what happened in that moment. It was like you were awoken and now you like, boom, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And all of this was already in you. It's like I practice Kundalini now. And Kundalini, what people don't understand is it's already in you, but a lot of times it's stuck at the bottom because you have so much blockages and you have to clear those blockages in order to bring it all the way through you. And it is literally from your spine, like your spine, and it goes up. That's what Kundalini energy is. Yeah. But it's like that was in you. So it's like a Kundalini energy that was literally in you, and you had to go through that and clear blockages. Yeah. And then boom, you already knew how to do these things. You just didn't. Right. You just didn't know that you knew how to do these things, and then you started doing it. So
you know why? It's because my whole life I was a football player. Like I played football, ran track, like all that. Like, and I was good. Like I made the All-American, the McDonald's All-Star shit. Like,
okay, McDonald's.
Yeah. Like that's why I was like something with that. So when I dropped out of college, I kind of like lost my identity. So since then, like I've been trying to find like, well, what am I supposed to be doing? So that's when I started rapping. I dropped out of college. I went back just to my hometown, just fucking fucking around. I was doing like funny skits and shit like that, and so I was always like working with a camera type thing, but not really like working doing anything. Yeah. Gotcha. So yeah, I forget where I was going with that, but
oh my gosh. So what actually inspired the creation of Cruise Control Radio?
So Cruise Control started as as I said, I was making music. So there's a distribution company called DistroKid, and I upload my music to there. And I got the plan where you can add a label name. So I didn't know I didn't have a label, so I was like, let me make some shit up. And I thought about it for a while, and I just God just gave me Cruise Control. And I was like, all right, so Cruise Control Entertainment. So Cruise Control Entertainment was just a fake label that I made to fucking just make it look professional. Because if you don't put it, it'll say like DK27797, like it'll show like different numbers. So I'm like, nah, I don't want mine to look like that. I want to look professional. So I put Cruise Control Entertainment. And it was just that until I started doing live music reviews. I started podcasting, which my first podcast was with my kid's mother called In the Cut. And it was called In the Cut because we was new to Murfreesboro. Like we moved from Pennsylvania to Murfreesboro.
Okay.
And we're like, we don't know where we're at. We just in the cut. And then we're like, yo, we got to do a podcast. So that was 2019. And we were using our phones. Like I would use my phone for the camera and her phone to record our vocals. And we did that shit for 6 months.
Got you.
And yeah, so it's like from there I just kept using Cruise Control, and then Cruise Control Radio became a thing because I was like trying to mock like what radio is like, because it's like we don't need the radio, like we are the radio now.
Okay. So I like that.
A lot of people from out of town reach out to me and be like, how can I get on a radio station? I'm like, it's not a radio station.
Like, this ain't no radio station. Yeah, this is not what you think it is.
This ain't that. So it's also something I'm looking to make as well into a like an umbrella for podcasts. Like, you know how Charlamagne the Guy got Black Effects podcast and got a bunch of different black creators on there for the podcast. So that's what I want to do, is have Cruise Control Radio and just have different podcasts underneath Cruise Control Radio. So where, all right, if they listen to Big Church Podcast, they're going to be under Cruise Control Radio, and now they see Big Church Podcast. They also see Indy. They also see fucking whoever else is doing podcasts under that. So that's something that I'm going more towards.
Like EYL. They have like 19 keys and all of them up underneath. Yeah. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. And a lot of people be want to get up under EYL. They're like, ooh, I got invited up. Okay. I like that. I feel like that'll be something dope for Nashville to see. I just had to ask you that because, you know, as you're building, what does it look like to build in the middle of healing mentally and spiritually?
Man, it's like, what it looks like is, it looks like I'm good. It looks like I'm good. No one, you would never know that I'm going through something, because I'm someone that I don't like complaining. I don't like, or even if I say, and that's like me still healing as well, is I don't like telling people I have problems. Like, this problem in my relationship, like I'm not able to communicate my feelings because I lack emotional intelligence. That's something I recently learned. She's been making me listen to this audiobook. And after listening to it, it's like cool. But it's like sometimes I'd be like,
what's the audiobook called?
I don't know. I would have to ask her, but it's something about emotional intelligence.
It's books called Emotional Intelligence 2.0 Emotional Intelligence. I got both of the books.
I think it is that one.
It's probably the 2.0. Okay.
Yeah, so I was listening to it. We were driving in the car, and I'm like, okay, because like you said, like sometimes you have to hear things from a man. Sometimes it just comes different, because it's like sometimes as a man you don't feel like a woman understands. Just like women, they be like, you don't understand my hormones. Like, I'm on my period. Like, so, I need chocolate.
Is that a shot?
Yeah. I'm just saying. That's just what
it's like. Yeah, like, I hear that, women, right?
That's why there's this whole men versus women thing going on right now, because men want to be understood and women want to be understood, but neither side wants to understand each other. And I feel like without one, you can't do without the other. procreate. Like, it's not going to happen if, you know, because I seen a podcast. It said, oh, well, a man has the seed, so he creates life. And then the woman's like, well, no, because we hold it in the womb and we actually create the life. And he's like, well, no, because it's already a life form in my sac. And I'm like, so I brought it to my kid's mother. So we started debating about it. And then what we came to the conclusion is it don't matter which one it won't work without the other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what is this whole men versus women thing on social media is like, it's disgusting.
I feel like when men and women do not understand each other, it's all about knowing how to adjust. It's not about changing yourself, but it's more about adjusting. So as a woman, we're more feminine, we're soft. There is some women who are hard.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted and want you to talk completely raw to them. I'm not that woman. Okay.
And that's, I feel like, not to cut you off, but I feel like a woman shouldn't, like that's not what God made a woman for, is to be aggressive and but I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So at that point, it's like you have to know how to talk to your person to where they're going to understand it. So as a woman, like, talk to me with some, like, you care. Like, put a little emotion behind that, a little sensuality or something. You know what I'm saying? But still be raw with me and still be real with me, but don't be aggressive, because that's not how I take it. Yeah. You know, that's not how I'm going to be able to hear you. I'm going to hear you loud and clear. And it's funny because I may hear you through someone else and I'll be like, oh, you were saying that.
Right.
But I did hear you through this person because it came off in a different tone to where it resonated with my spirit. Yeah. That doesn't mean that we're not aligned. That just means that you got to know how to adjust when you're talking to me and vice versa, because you may take it, and as a man, you like, look, I want it raw. I want it straightforward. And as a woman, especially someone like me, I can't speak for all women, but I'm nurturing. So I'm like, well, you know, this is, and you like, no, tell me. And it's like, okay, now I gotta be like, well, look, this is what you did, this is what I don't like, but it's me adjusting so that I can speak to your spirit.
Right.
So there's a difference, and I feel like that's something that nowadays in any relationship, people don't know how to do that, like, at all. It's not men versus women, and those who are doing that, I feel like y'all got a whole lot of healing to do. And I mean, if you need a healing coach, I may go into it, and it's gonna cost a little, but I got you. Or just get my books, Echoes of Love, Lessons of Loss. But anyway, look, I had to throw that in there.
Got to.
I got some healing tea too. But serious note, like, seriously, like, I feel like I think, is my microphone okay? Yeah, you good. I feel like you gotta definitely do some healing, because I do see that a lot. It's like men and women and women in their era of gold digging and just I can have this dude and men like, I can have this woman and I can have this football team, and I'm like, no one has respect for themselves. It's literally a lack of self-respect for both men and women. Women on that hand and men. Like, y'all not sacred. Y'all don't have no self-respect. And a woman like me, and most likely, the woman you have, or even like a man like yourself, it's not attractive. It's like, no, let's work together. We're supposed to be together, and you ain't gonna find nobody like me. So,
and that's the thing, like, where like you said earlier, like you perceive someone's tone different. Like, two people could say the same thing, but how you're saying it to me is disrespectful, but how you're saying it to me, I understand. And that's all, like, presentation, like, and that's my main thing, is like, present yourself to me as a soft woman. I don't have to be, I don't want to ever feel like I have to, like, argue with you on some, like, tough shit, like, to where I got to get a point where it's like, wait, what you say? Like, to where you make me look at that like, the fuck? Like, where it's disrespectful. Like, because that's one thing, like, that I hate is disrespect. Like, I'm cool. Like, I don't be on no shit, like, on not trying to argue. But once it's like, you talking to me like a certain way, it's like, but and then start hearing these TikTok words like, you're gaslighting me, you're what's the other one? You're tone policing me. Yeah, all these words that's like
the narcissist who calls out narcissists.
Yes.
I get it, and I understand that as well. you know, when you haven't actually dealt with it or been through it or spoke to, I feel like everyone need to go to therapy at least once.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, oh, therapy is like, no, there's some, I'm not going to say what the black community say, but they categorize it.
Right.
It's like, no, it's actually healthy. Because no matter what, you're right, someone probably can't tell you about you, but you're wrong, because actually the world is what you project it to be, and it's your mirror. Right. So everything that you're going through, how you perceive things, everything is literally a mirror from within you. So you're right with the perception part of it too, and you'll learn that through therapy. But with the perception part of it, it's like this is something coming from you. So you're perceiving me totally different because of what's within you, India. Oh, my water's right here. Okay, y'all. But what's in you, what's within you. Yeah. Am I saying that right, y'all?
What's within you.
Okay, cool. I'm like, what does this sound like? So it's like what you have been through, what you have experienced is now being projected, especially if you haven't fully healed from it. So everything is different. And honestly, like I said, healing is a journey. But you need people to tell you what they see in you. Right. So that you can, the stuff that you may hear, it may be painful. It may be something you don't like. Yep. But you can't, like, it's the shadow part of you. It's a part that's unhealed, but it's a part that balances you. So once you understand it and you see it, now you can work on it and you can make it a part of you in a healthy way, not a toxic way. Right. And then now you're being perceived like you want to be. Yeah. So I think that's what I was going to say. I don't know, because we've been talking and mumbling.
That makes sense, because like a lot of times, you know, there's things that what I do, I feel like it wouldn't offend me, so I feel like someone else shouldn't be offended by it.
Yeah. And you can't be that way. Yeah,
and that's like
unhealthy.
A part of this journey that I'm on is understanding, you know, that I am the problem in certain situations, because I always look at it like, why would that even bother you? But it's like, how am I telling someone how it bothers them instead of understanding? Which I just had a argument with my homie, and he was like, he said some shit like, what did he say? He was like, that's just how I feel. How you gonna tell me about my feelings? I was like, that's some girl shit. Like, why would you say that? Like, that's a feminine trait. Oh my god. And then, like, I don't know why, like, I thought of that instead of actually hearing him, like, oh shit, like, he's actually just like, he's just trying to be heard. Yeah. And I'm not giving him space to be heard. So, and I never do this shit. I was able to be like, all right, you know what? Let's get some coffee and talk it out. Like, let's talk face to face. So, yeah, that's something I am learning about myself is, you know, I assume people think how I think.
Exactly.
Is that narcissistic?
It's a trait, but it's not. I mean, and I'm glad you asked that, but that is a trait. And I feel like we all have some type of trait of narcissism, but that doesn't make you a narcissist. So a narcissist, you gotta have like at least 5 of them traits. Okay, so everybody got like one little trait, but when you recognize it, that's something that's good, and now you like, no, I'm gonna fix this. Yeah. Narcissists don't know that they're narcissistic. And one of the biggest traits is the world revolves around them. Yeah. And then also the trait of having to make people go against whoever they're against. So they have stories that they tell and they believe them stories. Right, for real.
Because so now they can validate their,
Yep, pretty much. I got a question. Do you ever feel torn between who you were and who you are? I remember earlier you were talking about like sometimes you feel like you're going backwards. But when you're not even in that space and you're just flowing, do you ever feel torn?
I wouldn't say torn, but I would say like the feeling of not having to stress and not have to work. Because with all this shit, it's my passion. I love it. But this shit is like, a lot comes with it. Like, a lot of bullshit comes with it. Like, people wanting what you got so they acting like your friend to try to, you know. So, like, that joy of, you know, being free, I try not to think about it, because then, like, you know, I get into this stagnant part. But, like, nah, I'm not torn. Like, I know what I am. I know what I'm supposed to be. And everything I do is intentional. But, like, the peace part, yeah, sometimes I wish, like, I didn't have to worry about any of this shit.
I think a lot of people feel that way, and there's a way that you can get through that. What have you had to let go of emotionally and mentally to get to where you are now?
I don't know if I can say it.
Yeah, don't try to look.
I don't know if I can say it. Well, so can you ask the question again?
Yeah, sure. My pleasure. No. What have you had to let go of to get to where you are now? And that's emotionally and also mentally.
I had to let go of, I know what I want to say, but I'm trying to think of something else to say instead.
This is definitely raw. Listen, y'all, this is why you got to add the bullet points, because this was like highlighted.
Yeah, no, but what I had to let go emotionally was a past relationship I had before. It was my first ever like real relationship. I fucked up in a relationship, and I made it about, like I feel like that shit like fucked my whole life up. You know what I'm saying? I cheated, and her leaving me, I was like I made it her fault. So, and that's something I had to let go to be able to, cause like I couldn't get, and this was like a big problem in this relationship I just had, was like in the beginning it was like it was still about her type shit. So but yeah, so just having to get past that. I never said this publicly, so just having to get past that, and that's why I could talk about it now, because like I made peace with it, and because like I feel like I changed somebody's perspective on men, and I feel like that was like eating me alive, that like I changed. Like now it's like, can she be in a stable relationship after that? Because now in a woman's mind, it's like thinking that it's going to happen again, or this person's like this, or is there something about me that's attracting these men? And like now that I have a daughter, it's like I understand women more. Yeah. And it's just a baby, but it's the purest of women. Yep. She's just purely a girl with no like outside influences. So understanding that is like, damn, like, so it just fucked me up. And I was able to get past that, and and just other shit like fear, like getting over fear of failure, because like I come from a family of people that want great things, but like never fully stick through it. So just like that fear of being like, oh damn, like I don't want to start something and stop it, or have a goal and not reach it. So I got that out the way of being scared of failure, and just saying like I'm gonna do it, and if it fails, I can recreate it. Like that's my purpose, is to create. So it's like I can't fail. Yeah. I can only learn from shit. Right.
I like that. And let me tell you, to go back to the piece, and I know that you're past it, but one thing that I can say as a woman, it all comes with, we have to understand as humans, we're going to go through things, and pain is a part of it, and hurt is a part of it. And it actually makes us who we are. And I can only say this, I can say this for a lot of people, and some people may need to hear it. That's when you start to heal, and you understand like it was a reason why this happened to me. Yeah. And as a woman, once she's healed, then she will understand this is why it happened to me, but it's preparing me to be an even better woman for someone who's ready for the woman that I am. So I don't feel like that your actions, yes, those actions, it was meant to happen, and look where you are now. So it made you who you are. Right. And it also is helping her. And I feel like when the healing part comes, you got to understand that you can't place blame on anyone for what they do to you, because no one ever does anything to you. And I don't know why. I don't know why my voice is going out. Okay, back to it. Okay. But it's not like, it all takes accountability of what you allow in your life and what you're projecting into your life. Right. It goes back to what you're not healed from, what you are healed from, what you're projecting, what's stuck inside of you, what blockages you have, and just understanding that love is not ego. So when you love someone, it should be no ego, there's no control, and there is no ownership within love. So you got to let people be who they are and love them for who they are, and understand, like, they didn't do this to me. This is not personal.
Right. Exactly.
This is never personal.
Their problem.
This is their problem. So this is what they're doing to themselves. I just happen to be affected by it.
Right.
And I'm still learning that as well.
And I'm glad you said it that way, because that's exactly what it is. Like, that's like relationships that are not even like intimate relationships, just like personal relationships, shit like that. Like, I'm learning that people project their own insecurities or their problems onto me or a situation that I have because they're going through that. That doesn't mean I done them wrong or I did anything wrong, or there is no blame. It's just, this is what they're going through right now. But I don't have to allow that to be my problem. Right.
And that's the biggest thing. Like, sorry, y'all. I don't know.
It's okay.
Maybe I've been talking too much. Is it? Oh, okay. I'm glad he said it. But anywho, no, and that's true. So I feel like I did a podcast episode. I'm gonna do another one, but it was more so don't take it personal. So a lot of things that happen in any type of relationship, because there's many types. It's not just the romantic, it's other types of relationships, even business. You can't take things personal, because people are who they are, and they're that way for a reason, and the things that they do doesn't reflect who you are, or they're not doing it to you. They are going through some things, and it's just so happened that you are there. And I can say that honestly, because I was abused, and I used to always play victim, but I had to take accountability, like I allowed some of this. Also, I used to put it on him, like, you did this to me. You did no. You did this to yourself, and you had them demons you were fighting, and I just so happened to be caught in the crossfire, and it affected me. Yeah. But I can't tell you that you did something to me.
Yeah, because it'll always affect you.
Yeah.
Like, if you keep saying that was the problem, like, that obviously, like, the actions were caused by someone else. But how you're able to, like, keep it in, you got to let it go.
You got to let it go. And that comes on the spiritual part. And I know we're, like, coming close to wrapping up. So I just want to get in a few more questions. Yeah. So I want to talk about your space. You opened up a major space. You own this headquarters. That's the headquarters, HQ. Yeah. During a time when most people might have crumbled. What kept you going?
Honestly, this is just something I wanted my whole life that I can remember. Ever since I seen, you remember Rob Dyrdek and Robin Big show on MTV? Yeah. Ever since I seen that, they had that warehouse. I'm like, that's what I want. That's what I want to have in my life. So, like, being able to, when the opportunity presented itself, and it's like, I don't own this building. There's 4 people on the board that, there's someone that owns this building, but that also seen what we were doing here and invested into what we're doing and collaborated with us to make it bigger than just that one room. So what kept me going was literally, and it's cliche, but, like, my kids, like, just because I wasn't on any of this shit before I had kids. Like, I'm more serious about it now, because if I don't do it, then it's going to reflect just like how I seen growing up. My mom doing all these weight loss programs, Jenny Craig, motherfucking Richard Simmons, motherfucking all them shits. She'll start it and then stop it. So it's like, and I understand how that can play a role in someone's growth. So, like, I wouldn't want my kids to see me pick up and put things down. Like, I want them to see intentional work. So, yeah.
Cool. And the tea for the day is, how do you handle days when the pain shows up louder than progress?
That's something I'm still like working on, because I like going to I internalize my pain, and, like, I just shut down, basically.
I know someone like that.
Yeah, well, now you know another one.
Right. I guess God is like, look, this is what's for you. This is what you are aligned with. No, it's not. It's not.
Funny. But it's something that I realized that, like, is not okay for my growth, because if I'm not able to express, not even to other people, but to express in my work, like, how to get over this feeling of, like, if it's not working out. Because I feel like in my life, what I manifest is perfection. So it's like, when something's not And perfection is not a real thing. It's what you think is perfect. So when I'm thinking of like my version of perfect and it's not that way, I feel like I failed. And I'm talking like minor goals, like say building this wall. Like at the top, they can't see it on the camera, but it's uneven. I need to get 3 more pieces to make it like that bothers me.
Okay.
So, you know, just
that's the T. He's a perfectionist in his mind. So, because I had to slip in the T for the day. So, anyways, what message do you want to leave behind? Not just as Cruz control the brand, but as the man behind the mic. And I say behind the mic because you've always been behind the mic.
What do you say? What I want to leave?
Yeah. What message do you want to leave behind?
Man, a message to leave behind is nobody cares. Nobody cares, so do it for yourself. Because if you try to people please and you try to get validation for things and say, oh, they're not liking it, so I'm going to stop doing it. Or, you know, nobody cares anyway. If you're not doing it or if you're doing it, people got their own shit going on. They got bills to pay. They got kids to raise. They don't care. So if you're there or not, their life is still going to go. So just do it for you.
I like that. What's next for you spiritually, creatively, and personally?
Personally, ownership. I need more things that I own. Because when I think about it, I don't own anything. I don't own my car. I don't own I live in an apartment. I don't.
Can I speak to that?
Yeah.
To own nothing is to have something. Just sleep on that.
And what you mean by that?
I just want you to sleep on that.
Okay.
I'm going to send you.
Can you say it again?
To own nothing is to have something or to have everything. Because honestly, you truly own nothing. It's so much deeper, and I've been watching podcasts on it. I'm going to find that podcast. I'm going to send it to you.
Definitely.
Because you need to listen to that. But we're so stuck on trying to get to owning things when we already own what we're supposed to. So we have everything that we're supposed to have.
That's hard. So, and spiritually, I would say next. You said what's next in my...
Yes.
Yeah, so spiritually, I would say like being more self-conscious, more
aware.
Yeah, more self-aware. Because, you know, I got this thing going on down here. And, well, let me say my gut because I don't know what the camera sees.
Right. What does the camera see? He's talking about his gut.
I'm talking about my gut.
His gut. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so my gut is getting like, I can't align like if all of this, because, you know, your gut is your second brain. So it's like if this is clouded, this is why like my physical and my mind can't align.
Yes.
So, and it's like things that I know, this is what makes me even more ignorant like to that. So since I've transitioned into this new role here, I have more time because I'm not at my job no more. I do this full time. So I can wake up and go to the gym now. I'm not as consistent, but I'm making sure my body's like getting used to that. Like before I would go to the gym just to be like, oh, I'm gonna lose the weight. Now I'm just going to the gym just to make it my routine because shit, I can't have another health issue.
Yeah, you can't. And your gut is your first brain, not your second. I just want to let you know that. That's why I went to being pescatarian because there's a lot of things that we're not supposed to eat. I'm not even supposed to eat seafood, but let me tell you, I'm working on it, y'all. Yeah. Don't judge me. But yeah, like you do have to have everything clear, like your gut clear in order to have a clear mind. So it's your gut, and that's something big. Like you got to remember you have a gut feeling, right? Yep. And that gut feeling then transfer to your mind. Yep. And your gut is your intuition. That's what it is. It's something within your body. So it's your first mind. And then it comes to your mind and you like, darn, I got a gut feeling. And you got to think about it before you speak it. Exactly. So these 3 things is, you know, never mind.
That's a fact. That's because I've been learning this as of like the last 3 months, like not learning it, but applying it. So like in the last like month, I've been more so like all the juice in my crib now is new. I don't know if you know the drink Nudsin. It's like a glass.
I know what you're talking about.
So like I get the stuff that's actually just juice. I read all the ingredients on shit now, like because I see this one guy. He comes up on my feed all the time, and he talks about he lost weight just by changing what he's
I
eating.
was gonna say it was a Yaki, but now Yaki gonna go deep.
Nah, it's I don't know. He was fat, but then he's not no more. He got dreads. But
Yaki.
Maybe he wrote a book. Is
No, but he's a health nut. But okay, let's.
But yeah, anyway, so so yeah, type shit.
Okay, all right. So I always like to know, like, one last thing. Do you have anything or any advice to give to the younger crowd that's willing to listen, that's willing to be coached?
As far as like life or like business?
Yeah, life, business, whatever comes to mind that you feel like they need to hear.
I would say basically just like I said before, with like, allow yourself to understand that everybody has their own worlds. Like, worlds collide, but like we said, like, their problem ain't my problem. And it's not being ignorant, it's not being, self-absorbed, but it's more so just understanding, like, we create our own fucking life. Yeah. We really create our own life. So it's like, to say that you didn't make it somewhere because somebody didn't give you an opportunity, you're a fucking fool. Yep. Or you couldn't get this new job role because your manager did this. Like, no.
It was you.
Everything in your life happens how you, like I just seen a lady on the side of the road saying, like, homeless, I need this. And it's like, don't you know that we know you look like you do drugs, right? So, like, are you homeless or are you a drug addict? Like, because
please, God, don't put the camera on me.
let's just be honest. Like don't like, do y'all realize that we know you look like you do drugs? So why the fuck would I? Yeah. So yeah, it's just perception. Perception is. Oh, one thing I do want to say is also, this is to answer your question. You said what was that, to leave people off with a what was the last question you said?
What was the last question? Okay.
You said something to leave people off with.
Oh, what message do you want to leave behind?
No. You just asked me something. You
what's
said,
next for you spiritually, creatively?
No, the last one.
Oh, what do you want to leave for someone? Like, what message do you have?
The message that I have to leave off the episode is, reaction is manifestation.
Ooh.
How you react to a situation is your next blessing or your next lesson. So you got to understand that if you react to something, say like my car outside right now is fucked up, but I ain't get mad. I went to a pool party and got drunk and had a good time. Wow. I appreciated it regardless if it's a negative or a positive. I appreciate having the opportunity to be able to, still live, still enjoy life.
Yeah.
So,
and go to pool parties and get wasted.
Yeah, wherever your happy place is,
go there. Okay. Can you leave them with your social media tags?
So, Cruise Control Radio, the headquarters .615, Cruise Control, Cruise Media with the extra A, One Shot Performance, 90-second line. I got a bunch of Instagrams.
Oh, wow.
So you can just go to Cruise Control Radio and you'll find me everywhere on Instagram. Also YouTube, Cruise Control Radio.
Awesome. Well, to those who are listening, just remember, Cruz just let us know that it's not about having it all together. It's about the pieces that you are rebuilding with and continuously pushing and keep going. So y'all got to keep going, keep pushing, keep healing, keep speaking, and keep being who you are. Don't allow anyone else to dim your light. I thank y'all so much for watching with me every single week that y'all do watch with me. Anyways, my name is Indy, a.k.a. is Goddess to You.